네, 4월 두 번째 주 헤드라인스 5개 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 전체 길이는 대략 8분 정도니까는요. 예, 오셔가지고 멈추면서 필요하시다면은 보시면 되겠습니다. 그럼 비디오 시작하도록 하겠습니다.
It's fondly known as the home of Santa Claus and the Northern Lights. And now, Finland has earned another official title, the happiest country in the world, for the second year running. That's according to an annual UN-affiliated survey released on Wednesday. The World Happiness Report ranked 156 countries in total. Reuters' Gladys Fouché.
The Nordic countries tend to be at the top of those rankings, and that's for several reasons. They have very good healthcare, there's very little crime, they have very generous welfare systems for which they pay very high taxes, but in exchange you get good social provisions. And also, there's very little inequality between the different classes in society, or at least much less than in other countries.
The report judges countries on 6 key variables that support well-being: income, freedom, trust, healthy life expectancy, social support and generosity. This year, the other top spots were taken by Denmark, Norway and Iceland. Following them were Netherlands, Switzerland, Sweden, New Zealand, Canada and Austria. The US, on the other hand, fell to 19th place.
If there is a tip they would give to countries like the United States, it's, I think, pay more taxes. Because if in some of these countries you pay, you can pay something like half of your income or more in taxes. And they will say, well, if you want to have good social services, which means also you'll have less crime, then, you have a better health among the population, then you'll probably need to pay more taxes.
The 5 countries that have suffered the largest drop since 2005 to 2008 were Yemen, India, Syria, Botswana and Venezuela.
These are cold, expensive to heat houses, transformed into highly insulated units that generate their own electricity. The Dutch company Energiesprong renovates a house in under 10 days. It's refurbished houses across Europe. They use prefabricated facades, smart heating and cooling installations, and insulated rooftops equipped with solar panels. To pay for the renovation, tenants pay the same or less than their old monthly energy bills. Energiesprong's John Warren.
I would say, here's a home energy makeover that can be in part funded by energy savings that you can make on your home. And it will give you a guaranteed performance for 30 years and a clear maintenance plan, so you know what you're going to need to do over those 30 years, a low cost of ownership, and on top of it all, a really attractive and comfortable warm home.
It costs around €60,000 per home in the Netherlands and £70,000 in the UK.
That seems super expensive, I know, but if you take into account all the maintenance savings you're going to make over that guaranteed 30-year period and all the energy savings you're going to make over that period, then the cost is essentially neutral.
The company is targeting UK social housing, renovating more than 150 homes in Nottingham by 2020. It says there are millions of homes that can benefit as EU countries aim to stop contributing to climate change by 2050. Building carbon-neutral homes may not be the issue when we have millions out there costing the earth to heat.
So what I have here are some IKEA meatballs that were overproduced yesterday and unfortunately now have to be thrown away.
This smart garbage can is on a mission to prevent your food ending up in landfill. It uses a camera to assess the trash and then calculates how much that food would have cost. Not only is food waste bad for the environment, but it's also a huge expense to companies. We're currently throwing out 1.6 billion tonnes of food around the world annually, worth around $1.2 trillion. So that's where Wenovision's new product comes in, says the company's CEO, Mark Zorns.
The technology is an artificial intelligence-enabled system that takes pictures of food as it's being thrown away, identifies that food, puts a cost on that food, and then helps kitchens drive change. We're working here with IKEA. This system is installed in all of their sites across the UK and Ireland. And in the UK and Ireland, IKEA has been able to already cut their food waste by value by 50%.
Winnow says about 15% of food bought for commercial kitchens like restaurants ends up being thrown out. To reduce this and other consumer waste, The United Nations has set the world a target to halve it by 2030. This new device is an upgrade. Its developers claim the first model has already saved commercial kitchens more than $30 million in food costs. That's more than 23 million meals per year.
You're looking at a unicorn. Franco-German startup Doctorlive officially valued at over $1 billion after its latest fundraising round this week. The service provides an online booking system for doctors' appointments. Now it's betting there is big money in video consultations too. This doctor uses the service. He says seeing patients online isn't about speed.
I take as much time as an in-person consultation, about 15 to 20 minutes.
Doctorlive says about 100 practitioners are already doing video consultations. They can work from home with payments and prescriptions all handled online. Doctorlive says its software also cuts the no-show rate compared with regular doctor appointments. Stanislas Neochateau is the co-founder.
We've created video consultations with 500 of our doctors. We developed it with them and launched it a few months ago. There's already enthusiasm beyond our expectations. About 100 doctors are already using video consultations.
Not everyone is so convinced. The mixture of tech with medical records has some worried. This Paris rheumatologist quit using the service.
I stopped doing it to take my appointments because I'm not sure that my data or patients' data are really secure and it won't be used for any other purposes.
Worries too about what video consultations could do to doctor-patient relationships. Some physicians fear an Uberization of medicine. Doctorlive is pressing ahead though. It plans to double its staff and expand outside France and Germany. Your next appointment might just be online.
Levi Strauss & Co. is coming back to the stock market on Thursday after more than 3 decades with a valuation of $6.6 billion, higher than expected. The San Francisco-based retailer that invented blue jeans in the late 19th century is listing shares just as the 80s blue jeans fashion makes a comeback. Levi's has been working to attract young customers and plans to expand this tailor shop and print bar where customers can customize their Levi's products. The company is controlled by the descendants of founder Levi Strauss, the Haas family, which will keep 80% of voting control following the listing. Levi's, which also sells footwear, belts, and wallets, reported annual net revenue of $5.6 billion in 2018. Its products are sold in more than 50,000 retail locations, including about 3,000 standalone stores in 110 countries. It also has a Japanese arm, Levi Strauss KK, which is publicly traded in Tokyo. Levi's shares in the U.S. will trade on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol LEVI.
네, 전체 5개 기사 밑에 링크를 제가 걸어 놓으니까는요 여러분이 오셔가지고 밑에 오시면은 5개 기사 모든 물론 글도 다시 한번 또 확인하실 수 있고요. 그 다음에 사용된 주요 어휘 또 핵심 표현 또 그것들을 사용한 예문도 있으니까는 같이 한번 확인하시면 좋겠습니다. 다음 주에는 또 다른 가급적이면 흥미있는 헤드라인스로 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 수고하셨습니다.